Hello everybody, it's Christine. It's Sunday, which means it's time for Scraplift Crafternoon. Let me show you the layout, and it's, let me show you real quick here. So we have this single photo, and then she's kind of got these really cool, like, zigzaggy things with these little strips, and she's got the big title up here. She's got embellishments down here. She's kind of got, I cannot tell, she probably stitched the outside of this. Y'all, I will not be stitching. I'll either hand doodle that, or I do maybe have some stamps or something, so we'll see what I can figure out. But I want to combine this with Baby Got Scraps because I have all these little kits I put together. So I'm going to see how I can make this work, because the instructions, Tara was so great over at the Paper Snob, and she shared the instructions on how to make those little zigzaggy things. And technically, you need like 12-inch strips, like whatever, and I do have 2 pieces like that. So that might work. I'm going to try these, and if not, I have these, and I figure, you know what, I can mix and match the patterns. So what? I might do that. And then I have this mixed media, and I think what I'm going to do is do it from this direction, because I think with the zigzags going across it, that would look kind of cool. And the photo I have, I might trim this down just a little bit, because this side over here is not really necessary. So I can do like a 4x4. This is my mother-in-law and my daughter. Y'all, look at this little outfit she's got on. Look at them sunglasses, y'all. Is that not adorable? Anyways, that's the picture I've got. So I'm going to trim this off, and I need to cut these, like I said, the instructions say in 1-inch strips. So I'm going to do these 2 first and see how many zigzags I make. And then whatever I end up with, I'll have to start making out of these pieces here. I'll maybe do a couple on the camera here so you can kind of see what I do. And then I'll cut away, because there's no reason for you to sit and watch me do the same process over and over and over again. So let me do that. Let me get myself organized, and I'll be back on in a second. Okay, you guys. So I'm going to take these, like I mentioned to you, those 2 pieces that I had that were actually 12 inches long, because the instructions said 12 inch by 1 inch. And then you cut them into 3.5-inch little segments. And then you cut a 45-degree angle. Now, I recognize you could use your scissors. I mean, you don't have to go extra like me if you can do a 45, but I wanted it to be kind of precise just because I knew what I'd do if I tried to do it by hand. So I pulled out my, what is this thing called? It's We Are Memory Keepers. I think it's like the Everything or something, or the Works, I think is what it is. Because it has this little tag deal on it, which is essentially a 45-degree angle. It is a 45-degree. I don't know why I said essentially. And so I use that. Sorry, that's my air fryer going off with my chicken. Anyways, I did that, and then I realized, first off, the first thing I did is that she said flip it over. I didn't think about it. I don't know that the instructions were as detailed that I would have known, but you have to, for your backwards forwards, you have to flip the second piece over. She did say flip it over, so I must have just misunderstood. Anyways, I finally figured it out, and you saw what I kind of did there. Now, the only other thing I did do, and I don't know that I show you here. By the way, I used wet glue because I knew if I tried to use my tape runner or something like that, I needed a little bit of like give to kind of wiggle it around a little bit. So that's why I used the wet glue. Now, the last little piece, so there's 3 patterns, and she had 3 patterns as well. Now, her skinny pattern was on top. I put mine on the bottom because it was kind of darker and it just felt heavier to me. I cut those as 1/2-inch strips. Now, you're going to see in just a minute when I go to glue the little skinny strip down, because I did the same thing. So I did a 1/2 inch, and then I did 3.5-inch segments with the 45-degree angle. It does not work because I guess mathematically there's some kind of ratio. Don't ask me to figure out what it is, but it was a 1/2 inch too long. So when I go to glue down my little backwards forwards thing on the floral, the very bottom skinny piece, it's too long. So I'm going to end up having to come in and trim off a 1/2 inch off all the little skinny ones. So there must be some kind of ratio. So I'm assuming 1 inch is to 3.5 as a 1/2 inch is to 3. Now, I'm not going to do the algebra or the math or any of that kind of stuff. Y'all are welcome to do it. But just recognize that if you do something skinnier than an inch, it's going to have to be shorter than 3.5 inches. So this is where I figured it out. And I was like, oh, shoot, okay. So I went back through and I cut away because I don't make you do it. But I just want to basically come in and cut a 1/2 inch off these little strips, you guys. And I'm going to end up using my wet glue and gluing it all down. And here's where I'm going to do that. Now, obviously, I've gone off the edges of the paper just a little bit. I don't know why that is. I really don't, because this is a full 12 by 12. So I don't know if I boogered something up. It works out totally fine because I'm totally happy with it because I can trim off those edges, no big deal. And I will tell you, because there's 7 little strips, little segments. The middle segment, so that if you count from the left or the right, whichever, and you go 1, 2, 3, the fourth one, so the one in the middle, you want the middle of that one to be in the middle of your paper for it to be even on each side. And so that's what I had done. And I recognized it was going to be too long because I had kind of dry fit them. So I knew to do that. So just so you know, it's going to be a little too long if you do the 3.5 inch segments with the 1 inch strip. I'm not sure why. I don't know the math on it, but whatever. Totally fine. So next I'm going to do is take my photo and I'm going to cut it down to the 4x4 that I mentioned. Oh, wait, sorry. First I'm going to trim off those edges. No big deal, right? We all do this. We have to trim off our edges. But here's where I'm going to take my photo next, and I'm going to make my little square. So I'm going to take my photo, trim off my little, make it a 4x4. I was double checking myself, making sure it wasn't a funny size, because it is an older photo, obviously. And I'm going to create a couple little photo mats. I'm going to use this lighter pink with a little hashtaggy. What's that little old bird in Snoopy? That little yellow bird. I cannot think of his name. What looks like his words. You know, it's little bird words. Little chip, 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 chip. I'm going to cut this up and make it a mat, and then I'm going to use my little darker plain cardstock right here. Now, I'm going to be real with you guys. I did not use all my scraps on this layout. After I had done the zigzaggy things, the layout really didn't call for any other papers. So, I mean, I could have done other things, but I kind of enjoyed the mixed media behind my zigzags, and I didn't want to mess that up. So I've set those scraps. I have moved them to one of my other little kits for the month. So we'll see if I use them in that next kit. So I've got my photo here. I'm going to go ahead and put it up on foam. I decided I wanted to do that. And I had to take some time, you guys. I dug and dug through the little spare embellishments that I had pulled out. I also fussy cut. So the back side of one of these papers, I don't remember which one it was now, had little zoo things. And it had a little sloth. And I love that little sloth. And I had some Scrap and Happy Studio flair with a sloth on it. And I really had it in my head, I'm going to use this sloth. But I just trying to use it, and then I had there was little koala bears too. There was like a grown-up koala bear holding a baby koala bear. I really wanted to use them. But when I put them down on the bottom part of the layout and everything, they just got lost. They really didn't show up. And it didn't really go with the scrap lift to go in the top anywhere. So I did not get to use my cutouts. I fussy cut those little guys, and I didn't get to use them. I do use one of the flare, though. So no fear there. But I just could not make them work. I tried. I don't even know if I did it on camera, but I did play with it, and I couldn't make it work, and it makes me kind of sad. But I still have other sloth flare up there, so I can use it at some point. So I've decided the title is going to be You Shine. Oh, shoot, you guys. Forgot the little small word, happiness. That's what it is. You Shine Happiness, because she had kind of a cool, multi-font title, and I wanted to do the same thing. So I dug off into my stuff, and I found all these things here. And then I'm going to put 1998 because I know that's how old she is. She's a little small baby, y'all. So I'm going to put 1998 here that's an old hip kit. Not old. It's a hip kit font, and I think that looks great. I think that looks really neat. And I'm going to come down here. I've pulled out of my hip kit, my little binder. I've got a little floral. See, here's where I mess with that guy. And I go, no, you're not going to work. I also found some sunglasses I have another binder with a bunch of stuff. And I go, no, that's a lie. It was on a set of embellishments I found in what was I in? I don't remember which one it was, but it was some sunglasses in like my titles or something. And I thought, oh, those are cute. So I got to use those. There's where I put that little flare up there. And I pulled that out. And then I've got... like I said, those sunglasses. And then I'm going to actually you can see on the left-hand side over there, it's like a little imagination type deal. There's like a narwhal and a catacorn and stuff, and I pull those out. Y'all, there is no reason at all I pull those out other than they were cute and they match the colors. So I end up with another one of these kind of random embellishment layouts, which again, that didn't even hurt my feelings. I think it looks cute when you got these random embellishments with these scrap layouts and stuff. And then I do have this little set of words here from Hip Kit. There's a bunch of little word phrases. And I'm so sorry, I'm not looking at the layouts. I'm not going to try to even remember what they said. But it was just kind of sweet sentiments in a way. Like, I don't even know. I'm so sorry, you guys. You can hopefully zoom in. If not, I do put my layouts on Instagram. You can always pop over there and just zoom in on that. But just a few little wordy phrases, because she did have little wordy phrases that were like ho, ho, ho and stuff like that around her Santa Claus and things. And so I've added those. And that's, I think, all I'm going to do the layout, you guys. I think this turned out really adorable. I'm not even sad about it. I think this looks really cute. I'm happy with it. I wish I'd used a few more scraps, but that's okay. I'm good with it. What have I got going on, you guys? Oh, I'm so sorry. I totally forgot. She had that stitching around the outside, and I almost forgot too. And I did not want to stitch. I don't stitch at all. I don't have needle or nothing. But I thought initially I might hand doodle it, and then I got to thinking, you know what, I bet I got some pretty washi tape. And I did. I had some lavender washi tape. So I'm going to go around the outside of my layout with this washi tape. Now, normally I would actually just tear it, but I didn't want it to look really torn, and I didn't have I usually have a little metal ruler that I used to kind of tear it straight, and I don't know where I put that. Actually, I think it's in my office, and I wasn't in there. So I messed with this for just a second, but I use a little X-Acto knife just to cut it. And I think this looks cute. I don't even mind this at all either. I like that lavender border. I do just kind of go over the top of my zigzags, and I think it frames in the layout really nicely. I probably didn't have to put this whole process in there because it's just sticking down washi tape, but it is what it is. And so that is actually all I'm going to do this layout, you guys. So thank you guys so much for watching. There will be a playlist for Scraplift Crafternoon. And then below that, I'll have the players that are doing the Baby Got Scraps. That'll be a list of the hot participants because not everybody's doing it every day. So you go check out their sites. Anyways, thank you so much for watching. Oh, and by the way, the original poster, her Facebook group will also be in here. She's not on YouTube or Instagram, but she does have a Facebook group. So that'll be in here too. So thank you guys so much for watching, and we'll see you next time. Bye.